Hello and welcome to Dr. Says English World. This is actually going to be video number 5 in our grammar series in which we are talking about tenses. So far we have introduced 4 videos. أهلا بكم في القناة. ده طبعا إن شاء الله يكون الفيديو رقم 5 في سلسلة القواعد اللي احنا بنتكلم فيها على الأزمنة. حتى الآن قدمنا 4 فيديوهات. In video number 1 we talked about the present simple. طبعا الفيديو الأولاني اتكلمنا عن المضارع البسيط. In video number 2 we talked about frequency adverbs. Again, it's related to video number 1. I mean it's related to the present simple. في الفيديو رقم 2 اتكلمنا عن frequency adverbs وهو طبعا هي لها علاقة بالمضارع البسيط. In video number 3 we talked about past simple. And in video number 4 we talked about unreal past. في الفيديو 3 تكلمنا عن الماضي البسيط، وفي الفيديو 4 تكلمنا عن الماضي الافتراضي، وطبعا الماضي الافتراضي له علاقة بالماضي البسيط. Okay, in this video which is video number 5 we're going to talk about future simple or simple future. في الفيديو الحالي اللي هو فيديو رقم 5 هنتكلم عن المضارع المستقبل البسيط and you can call it future simple or simple future. Okay. حاليا في الفيديو رقم 5 هنتكلم عن المستقبل البسيط. هنتكلم ممكن تسميه future simple أو simple future يعني it's up to you. We're going to talk about the formation of the tense. هنتكلم عن التكوين. And while talking about the formation we are going to talk about will plus the infinitive and be going to plus the infinitive. واحنا بنتكلم عن التكوين هنتكلم على استخدام will زائد المصدر للتعبير عن المستقبل البسيط، وكذلك استخدام فعل to be going to زائد المصدر. We are going to talk about the usage and give some illustrative examples. هنتكلم عن الاستخدام وهنعطي أمثلة. We are going to talk about the negation of the future simple. هنتكلم على النفي عن المستقبل البسيط. And then we are going to talk about interrogation or asking questions. هنتكلم على الاستفهام أو تكوين أسئلة. And then we're going to have a diagram in which we have a summary of everything we introduced in video number 5. بعد كده كالعادة هيكون عندنا رسم توضيحي بنحط فيه كل اللي قدمناه في الفيديو رقم 5. And finally we are going to have an exercise. Let's talk about the formation of the future simple. خلونا نتكلم عن التكوين. To form the future simple you can use either will plus the infinitive or be going to plus the infinitive. عشان نكون فعل في المستقبل البسيط إما نستخدم will زائد المصدر أو be going to زائد المصدر. And by the way when we say be here we're talking about am, is or are. Okay, so let's start with A, which is will plus the infinitive. Suppose that I have a verb like work and I'd like to use it in a sentence in the future simple. لو فرضنا ان انا مثلا عندي فعل زي work عايز استخدمه في جملة في المضارع اسف في المستقبل البسيط. Let's see what we're going to do. To remember, this is what I keep repeating. Any verb has 3 forms. أي فعل له 3 تصريفات 3 أشكال. Form 1 the present, so work. Form 2 the past, so it worked because it is a regular verb. Form 3 is the same as form 2 the past participle, so it's worked. طبعا زي ما دايما بكرر في كل الفيديوهات أي فعل له 3 تصريفات. التصريف الأول هو المضارع، التصريف الثاني الماضي البسيط، والتصريف الثالث اللي هو الشكل الثالث هو التصريف الثالث. طبعا this is a regular verb ده فعل قياسي فنحط ed at the end of the past form and the past participle. بنحط ed في التصريف الثاني والتصريف الثالث. So if we are going to use work in a sentence in the future simple this is what is going to happen. لو هنحط بقى work في جملة في المستقبل البسيط هذا اللي هيحصل. Okay, with all subject pronouns and subjects I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. Okay, we're going to use work plus, will plus the infinitive, or apostrophe L plus the infinitive. طبعا لو استخدم will في جملة في المستقبل البسيط مع كل الضمائر اللي هي subject pronouns، ضمائر الفاعل أو أي فاعل، سواء whether singular أو plural، سواء جمع أو مفرد، هستخدم will زائد التصريف الأول أو المصدر، أو the contracted form is apostrophe double L and the infinitive، أو الشكل المختصر اللي هو يكون apostrophe double L زائد المصدر. Okay. And by the way, some people use shall instead of will with plus the infinitive. في بعض الناس مع with I and we. Okay. مع I and we they use shall plus the infinitive instead of will. Okay. في بعض الناس بتستخدم shall زائد المصدر بدل will مع I و we. But actually it's no longer frequent. I mean, it is infrequent nowadays. So most people use will plus the infinitive with all pronouns. حاليا أصبح استخدام shall يعني غير منتشر، نادر جدا، ومعظم الناس بتستخدم will زائد زائد المصدر. Let's now talk about be plus going to plus infinitive to form the future simple. Okay, by the way, by be here I mean am, is, and are. So be means am, is, and are. Okay, suppose that we have a verb like visit, and we would like to use it in a sentence in the future simple. And as usual, this is what I keep repeating. Any verb has three forms. Form 1, present, visit. Form 2, past, visited. Form 3, past participle, also visited. Okay. Okay. So let's use visit with be plus going to plus infinitive. Okay. So with I use am plus going to plus visit. طبعا هنا في حالة I هستخدم am زائد going to زائد visit. In case of he, she, and it, في حالة he, she, it, I'm going to use is plus going to plus visit. أما في حالة he, she, it أستخدم is going to زائد visit. Okay. In case of you, we, and they, we're going to use are plus going to visit. في حالة you, we, and they نستخدم are زائد going to زائد visit. Let's now talk about the usage of the future simple and give some examples. خلونا نتكلم عن استخدام المستقبل البسيط ونعطي بعض الأمثلة. We use the future simple to talk about actions or conditions that will begin and end in the future. طبعا احنا بنستخدم المستقبل البسيط للتعبير عن الأحداث اللي بتبدأ وتنتهي في المستقبل. It could be used with time expressions such as, for example, tomorrow, next, in 2050, soon, tonight, in the future. And by the way, most sentences in the future simple or simple future don't contain such, time expressions. طبعا احنا بنستخدم المستقبل البسيط مع تعبيرات زي tomorrow, next, in 2050، اي تعبير يعبر عن المستقبل، لكن معظم الجمل ما بيكونش فيها اللي هي الكلمات اللي بتعبر عن المستقبل. The sentences by themselves actually refer to the future without containing any time expressions. طب معظم الجمل بتعبر عن المستقبل بنفسها بدون ما يكون فيها كلمة من الكلمات دي. Okay. We use will and be going to talk about future predictions, and in this situation they are the same. اوكي. احنا بنستخدم will و be going to للتعبير عن ما نسميها future predictions او التوقعات المستقبلية. So if you are talking about future predictions you can use either will or be going to. فلو انت بتتكلم عن التوقعات في المستقبل اللي هي future predictions ممكن تستخدم اما will او be going to. Let's have a look at some examples. The weather report says it will rain tomorrow. هنا I'm using will. Okay, the weather report says it will rain tomorrow. Of course, I can also use be going to. I can say the weather report says it is going to rain tomorrow. So instead of saying will, I can say it is going to rain tomorrow. And here they have the same meaning. I mean, will and is going to have the same meaning. في الحالة دي توقعات المستقبل will أو be going to بيعطوا نفس المعنى. ممكن تستخدم أي واحدة منهم. And by the way, not all the time, because will has certain uses and be going to has certain uses. Okay, but only in this case, when you talk about future predictions, you can use either one. You can use will or be going to. على فكرة will لها استخداماتها و be going to لها استخداماتها. لكن فقط في حالة ما بعبر عن التوقعات المستقبلية ممكن أستخدم will أو ممكن أستخدم be going to. Let's have a look at some other examples. He will succeed because he studies hard. Or you can say he's going to succeed because he studies hard. It's the same. برضو هنا في المثالين دول بستخدم إما will أو be going to. Let's have a look at another example. They will win because they have better players. I use will here. Or you can say they're going to win because they have better players. And all these sentences express future predictions. لو بصيت على كل الجمل دي هي عبارة عن توقعات مستقبلية. يعني مثلا let's translate one example. The weather report says it will rain tomorrow. اللي هو تقرير الطقس بيقول إنها ستمطر غدا. هذا توقع. Okay? So that's why we can use will or be going to. Okay, let's now talk about using will or apostrophe double L to form the simple future. خلينا نتكلم عن استخدام will أو apostrophe double L في تكوين المستقبل البسيط. And as I said, will is used in certain cases in which I cannot use be going to. And also be going to is used in certain cases in which I cannot use will. هنتكلم عن استخدام will أو apostrophe double L للتعبير عن أو تكوين المستقبل البسيط. وزي ما قلت قبل كده will بتستخدم في حالات معينة ما أقدرش أستخدم فيها be going to. كذلك be going to بتستخدم في حالات معينة ما أقدرش أستخدم فيها will. Okay? I use will to express instant or rapid decisions or things that I make now at the moment of speaking. Okay? طبعا أنا بستخدم will في حالة القرارات الفورية، القرارات السريعة بتخذها في لحظة الكلام وأنا بتكلم بتخذها. Let's have a look at some examples. I think I'll have another sandwich because I'm still hungry. هنا بقول إيه بقى؟ طبعا استخدمت will. I'm using will. أعتقد إنها يعني هاخد سندوتش تاني لأني لازلت شاعر بالجوع. I'm making this decision right now. It's an instant or rapid decision. طبعا ده قرار فوري بتاخده دلوقتي أثناء الكلام. And that's why I'm using will or apostrophe double L. I cannot use be going to. I cannot say I think I'm going to have another sandwich because I'm still hungry. هنا ما اقدرش اقول I'm going to have another sandwich. I cannot use be going to. في الحالة دي يا جماعة ما اقدرش استخدم be going to. It's not going to be right. Okay? And by the way, if someone uses be going to in this situation, I mean other users of the language, or other speakers will understand what you mean. But it is only it's only that this sentence is grammatically wrong. طبعا لو استخدمت be going to في الموقف دون، اي واحد بيكلمك بيستخدم اللغة هيفهمك، ولكن العملية وما فيها ان هنا الجملة قواعديا خطأ. Let's have a look at another example. This bag is very heavy. I'll help you carry it. هنا برضو ده موقف أنا بتخذ فيه قرار فوري. الشنطة تقيلة، أنا هساعدك في حملها. So I'm making an instant decision at the moment of speaking. أنا بقرر قرار فوري الآن. Okay. Again, in this case, I cannot say this bag is very heavy. I'm going to help you carry it. So it's going to be wrong. Okay. Let's have a look at other uses of the future simple. I mean, other uses of will in the future simple. خلينا نشوف كده استخدامات أخرى للwill في المستقبل البسيط. To make an offer or a promise or a threat. ممكن نستخدمها and in this case we use will and not be going to. في حالة ما أكون مثلا بعمل عرض أو بوعد وعد أو بهدد تهديد، في الحالة دي بستخدم will وما استخدمش be going to. Let's have a look at some examples. I'll give you a good discount if you buy it now. هي أنا طبعا بقول هعطيك خصم كويس لو اشتريتها دلوقتي. It could be anything, a car or whatever. Okay. And this is an offer. Number 2. I promise I'll never be late again. This is a promise. أعد بأن أنا مش هتأخر تاني أبدا. Also, if you don't stop smoking, I'll tell your dad. This is a threat. Okay. لو ما بطلتش تدخين هبلغ والدك. I'm threatening you. Okay. Let's have a look at another usage of will, but this time it's won't, will not, the negative form of will, and we use it to express refusal. نستخدم هنا will not يعني في النفي للتعبير عن الرفض. Let's have a look at an example. He won't listen to anything I say. Okay, so this is a sort of refusal. هنا رفض. Okay. Okay, let's now talk about using be going to. We actually use be going to when we have already decided or planned to do something in the future. طبعا be going to بنستخدمها لما نكون قررنا أو خططنا أن نحن نعمل شيء في المستقبل. And this is a sort of prior plan. يعني هذا لما يكون في خطة مسبقة. And by the way, we have taken the decision before the moment of speaking. يعني احنا بنكون قررنا اتخذنا قرار قبل لحظة الكلام. Let's have a look at some examples. خلينا كده نشوف بعض الأمثلة. They are going to get married next summer. So this is something planned, okay? Something decided. طبعا أي جوازة بتكون متخطط لها ومحددين الوقت. This is a prior plan. هنا عندي خطة مسبقة. That's why I use be going to. They are going to get married. It's Fatma's birthday. I'm going to buy her a birthday present. طبعا ده عيد ميلاد فاطمة and أنا هشتري لها هدية عيد ميلاد. And by the way, Fatma is my youngest daughter. Okay. And her birthday is in July. Okay. ده عيد ميلاد فاطمة، أنا هشتري لها هدية عيد ميلاد. Again, I have decided to do this before the moment of speaking, so I have a prior plan. طبعا ده شيء أنا خططته قبل كلامي دلوقتي، يعني في عندي خطة مسبقة إن أنا أشتري هدية عيد الميلاد لفاطمة. Otherwise she will be very upset. Okay. وإلا طبعا هتزعل يعني if I don't buy her a birthday present. Okay, let's have a look at another usage. When there are definite signs that something is going to happen, there is a sort of evidence. الاستخدام الثاني لما يكون عندي علامات إن شيء هيحدث. Okay, في علامات تعتبر بمثابة دليل. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. The sky is cloudy. It's going to rain. أما أقول لك مثلا السماء مغيمة فيها غيوم، فدي علامة إن هي هتمطر. ف in this case I use be going to. It is going to rain. Okay. Also when I say he is so sick, he is going to die. طبعا هنا واحد لما يكون مريض زيادة، مريض جدا، فبنقول إنه بيموت. It's a sign of death. Okay. Serious illness or sickness is a sign of death. Okay, let's have a look at a third usage. When something is about to happen. لما يكون في حاجة على وشك الحدوث. Okay, let's have some examples. Go on the bus is going to move. يعني أقول لك اصعد إلى الباص، الأتوبيس is going to move لأنه هو على وشك التحرك. Or for example, hurry, the teacher is going to start. بقول لك مثلا أسرع، المدرس على وشك إنه يبدأ. Okay. Okay, let's talk about negation of the future simple. And before talking about negation of the future simple, I'm going to talk about negation of sentences which contain helping verbs in general. Okay. خلونا دلوقتي نتكلم على نفي المستقبل البسيط. قبل ما اتكلم على نفي المستقبل البسيط، خلونا نتكلم على نفي الجمل اللي هي فيها أفعال مساعدة. Helping verbs like, for example, verb to be, and in this case I'm talking about am, is, are, was, and were. Also verb to have, has, and had as a helping verb. Okay. And also modals like will, would, can, could, may, might, must. Okay, and so on. طبعا الأفعال المساعدة عندي في اللغة الإنجليزية عندي verb to be، ودي طبعا سواء am, is, are, أو was أو were. verb to have كفعل مساعد عندي have وhas وhad، وعندي هي models أو الأفعال الناقصة زي will وwould وcan وcould وmay وmight وshall وshould and so on. If I have any one of these helping verbs in a sentence and I want to change it into negative, I simply put not after the helping verb. أنا ببساطة لو عندي أي جملة فيها فعل مساعد من دول، عشان أحولها للنفي بحط not بعد الفعل المساعد. For example, so this is what I'm going to put after the helping verb. Okay, not. For example, is going. So if I change it into negative, what I'm going to do is to put not after the helping verb. So is going becomes is not going. Okay. Have visited becomes have not visited. I put not after the helping verb. Will visit becomes will not visit. Okay. So زي ما واضح قدامنا أي جملة فيها فعل مساعد في نفيها بحط not بعد الفعل المساعد. Okay. Now let's talk about the negation of be going to. And here I'm talking about am, is, and are. طبعا هنتكلم بقى عن نفي be going to اللي هي طبعا am و is و are. So what we do is that I put not after am, is, or are. بحط not بعد am أو is أو are. This is the same rule in here. نفس القاعدة هنا. Okay. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to buy milk. So I say, I put not after am. So I say, I am not going to buy milk. Or ممكن أقول I'm not going to buy milk. And this is the contracted form. طبعا أحط not بعد am. هقول I am not going to buy milk. أو ممكن أستخدم الاختصار اللي هو apostrophe m not. Let's have a look at another example. They're going to have a party. So I'm going to put not after are. أحط not بعد are. So they are not going to have a party. يبقى بستخدم are not going to have a party. Or I can say they aren't. ممكن أقول aren't, the contracted form or the short form of are not, or apostrophe D RE not أو apostrophe RE not. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the negation of will. And again, will is a helping verb. So what we're going to do is just add not after will. Okay. برضو نفس العملية will فعل مساعد فنحط not بعدها. So let's have a look at an example. It will rain tomorrow. So it will not rain tomorrow. Okay. Or I can say it won't. Will not could be won't. This is the contracted or the short form of will not. أو أقول will not. will not هنا في الحالة دي طبعا هي اختصار won't آسف هي اختصار will not. Okay, let's talk about interrogation or ask questions in the future simple. خلينا بقى نسأل أسئلة على المستقبل البسيط. We're going to start with be going to. And by be going to we mean am, is, and are, of course. Okay, am, is, and are. Okay. So let's ask a question. Start with yes, no questions. Okay, and we're going to ask a question about the sentence. He is going to have fish. Okay. So let's ask a question, a yes, no question on this sentence or statement. خلينا نسأل سؤال على الجملة دي. So what we're going to do is what we always do with he is. We're going to have inversion. طبعا زي اللي احنا دايما بنعمله اما يكون عندي he is بتبقى is he. بنعمل عملية عكس. Okay, so he is becomes is he. And then I'm going to have the rest of the sentence. Going to have fish. I'm going to have it down as it is. Okay. So this is the question. Is he going to have fish? And of course we need to make some changes. طبعا محتاجين نعمل شوية تغييرات. If you look at is was in the middle of the sentence. That's why it started with a small I. But when I have it at the beginning of the sentence, I'm going to change the small I into a capital I. طبعا is لما كانت هنا في وسط الجملة كانت بادئة بحرف small. لما جبتها في بداية الجملة ببدأها بحرف capital. Also he, I'm going to change the capital H into a small h, okay, because it was at the beginning of the sentence. Now it's in the middle of the sentence. Okay. One more step. في حاجة تانية بقدر أعملها بعد ما غيرت الكابيتال H هنا للسمول H. I'm going to delete the full stop and add a question mark. أنا لغيت النقطة وحطيت علامة استفهام. Let's have a look at another example. خلينا نشوف مثال ثاني. They are going to help me. Okay. As usual, we're going to make inversion. So they are is going to be are they. Okay. زي المعتاد. They are هتبقى are they. And I'm going to have this part of the sentence as it is. Okay. بقية الجملة هيبقى عندي هنا. So I have the question now. Are they going to help me? Of course, I need to make the necessary changes. طبعا لازم أعمل التغييرات اللي هي المعتادة الضرورية. Are the small a is going to be capital A, and also the capital T is going to be changed into a small t. And I'm going to add a question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay, this is the question mark. So this is the question. Are they going to help me? Now let's talk about WH questions. خلينا بقى نشوف الكلمات أصل الأسئلة اللي احنا بنبدأها بكلمات استفهام. Suppose that I want to ask a question about this sentence, the same sentence. He's going to have fish. Okay, he's going to have fish. Suppose that I want to ask a question about the word fish. هو هياكل سمك. خلونا نسأل على كلمة سمك. يبقى هسأل هو هياكل إيه. Okay. So I'm going to use a question word. I'm going to use the question word what. هستخدم كلمة what. And of course, he is going to be is he. I'm going to have the inversion as usual. Okay. زي كالمعتاد. He is هتبقى is he. And then I'm going to have down. Okay. So what is he going to have? And I'm going to have a question mark at the end of the sentence. and this is my own WH question. هنا خلاص أنا كونت السؤال اللي هو WH بكلمة استفهام. What is he going to have? هو هياكل إيه؟ So he's going to have fish. هياكل سمك. Okay, let's move to will. Okay. Okay, let's ask yes/no questions on sentences containing the helping verb will or the modal auxiliary will. خلينا نسأل أسئلة yes/no على جمل اللي فيها will. خلصنا هنا اللي هي be going to. هنا هنتناول الجمل اللي هي فيها will. Let's ask a yes/no question on the sentence they will stay in a hotel. خلاص نسأل السؤال على الجملة دي. As usual, we're going to have the inversion. So they will be will they. Okay. And then I'm going to have the rest of the sentence, stay in a hotel. And this is the question, will they stay in a hotel? But let's make the usual changes. هنعمل التغييرات بقى المعتادة. So the small w here is going to be a capital W. And the capital T here is going to be changed into a small t. And also the full stop here is going to be deleted, and I'm going to add a question mark. كالمعتاد ال W هنا كانت small حولناها capital. ال T هنا كانت capital حولناها small. وأن هنا الجملة بعلامة استفهام. Okay, now let's talk about WH questions. Okay. You know, when we ask WH questions, we use question words like where, for example, why, what, and when. And of course, there are other question words. طبعا زي ما دايما بنكرر الأسئلة اللي بتبدأ بكلمات استفهام زي where, why, what, and when. and طبعا في كلمات أخرى. Okay. So let's ask a question about this part of sentence number 1. خلينا بقى نسأل سؤال على الجزء ده من الجملة رقم 1. They will stay in a hotel. هم سيبقوا في فندق. I'm going to ask a question about the place here in a hotel. هسأل سؤال على المكان. Of course, if I ask a question about a place, I'm going to use the question word where. Okay. So I'm going to start the question with where. هبدأ السؤال where. And they will be will they. Okay. So it's going to be will they. Okay. And of course, I'm going to have the word stay. Where will they stay? And I'm going to have a question mark. And that's all. Okay. خلاص بدأنا بكلمة استفهام. عملنا التغيير المعتاد. They will بقت will they. وبعدين أنهينا بكلمة استفهام. وطبعا اللي بنسأل عليه in a hotel طبعا ما بتكونش موجودة في السؤال. Let's move to the next part. Okay, let's talk about what we call future time clauses. And to be honest, I don't know how to translate it into Arabic, properly. خلينا نتكلم على ما يسمى future time clauses. وأنا بصراحة مش عارف أترجمها إزاي يعني بشكل مناسب للغة العربية. ولكنها زي ما تقول يعني إيه عبارات زمنية تعبر عن المستقبل يعني something like this. Okay, future time clauses begin with time words or connectors or expressions like, for example, when, as soon as, after, before, until, while, once, and for example, by the time. طبعا دي التعبيرات اللي بتستخدم معها اللي هي future time clauses. Okay, and what I'd like you to do is the following. Don't use the simple future tense. Okay, don't use the simple future tense in a time clause to refer to future time. Use the present simple. Okay, I'm going to translate it into Arabic. لا تستخدم اللي هي المستقبل البسيط أو زمن المستقبل البسيط في العبارات اللي هي الزمنية المستقبلية. Okay. لتشير إلى المستقبل. هي صح في المستقبل ولكن لا تستخدم زمن المستقبل اللي هو البسيط. Use the present simple. استعمل المضارع البسيط. And we're going to see how we're going to do this, okay? For example, look at this sentence. He'll call you, this is the main clause, before he leaves, and this is the time clause. هو هيتصل بيك قبل أن يرحل. Of course, he's going to leave in the future. طبعا هو هيرحل في المستقبل. But don't use the future, the future symbol or symbol future. Okay? لكن ما تستخدمش المستقبل البسيط. Use the present simple. Here, he leaves. This is present simple. We even have s with he. Okay? So it's not right to say, for example, he'll call you before he'll leave. This is not right. Okay? ما ينفعش أقول هو هيتصل بك قبل أن يرحل. I cannot use the future simple. I just need to use the present simple. هنا برضو ما أقدرش أستخدم المستقبل البسيط رغم إن although the action or the activity is in the future, but I must use the present simple. رغم إنه حدث مستقبلي لكن لازم أستخدم المضارع البسيط. Let's have a look at another example. You cannot say he'll call you before he's going to leave either. It's also wrong. Okay. برضه حتى لو استخدمت even if you use be going to express the future, it's also wrong. Okay. حتى لو استخدمت going to هنا be going to للتعبير عن المستقبل تظل الجملة برضه خاطئة. Because as you know, we use will and be going to express the future simple. Okay, let's have a look at another sentence. After I do my homework, this is the time clause, I'll go to bed. Okay, and by the way, look here. In this sentence, I started with the time clause. طبعا في الجملة دي أنا بدأت بالجملة الزمنية. Okay. And that's why I put a comma after the time clause. عشان كده بحط فاصلة بعد اللي time clause. If you look here, he'll call you before he leaves. The time clause comes after the main clause. That's why we don't put a comma. لكن لو بصينا هنا مثلا في الجملة دي رقم واحد بتيجي الأول اللي هي المين clause الجملة الأساسية وبعدين تيجي بعدها التايم clause. عشان كده ما بحطش كوما ولا حاجة. إذا بدأت if I start with the time clause as in number 2, I've got to put a comma after the time clause. Okay. So after I do my homework, comma, I'll go to bed. Okay. So if you look here, so the time clause is in the present simple, although the action is in the future. طبعا هنا لو بصينا هنلاقي الفعل في المضارع البسيط بالرغم ان الحدث مستقبلي. بعد ما اعمل واجبي اذهب الى الفراش. It is future. So it's not right, for example, to say after I'll do my homework, I'll go to bed. So this is not right. Okay, this is wrong. Also, you cannot say after I'm going to do my homework, I'll go to bed. Again, this is also wrong. Okay, let's talk about future in if clauses. خلينا نتكلم عن المستقبل في جمل if, and here we're going to talk about the first conditional. طبعا احنا هنتكلم عن حالة if الأولى. Okay, use the simple present. استعمل المضارع البسيط and not will or be going to, وما تستعملش will ولا be going to in an if clause when the meaning is future. في جملة if لو كان بتعبر عن المستقبل. Okay, and we're going to see how we're going to do this. Okay, look at this sentence. Of course, you're going to use the present simple and not will or going to. Okay, in this situation. طبعا نستخدم المضارع البسيط مش هنستخدم will ولا be going to. خلينا نشوف ازاي. Let's have some examples. If it rains tomorrow, I'll stay home. لو أمطرت غدا سوف أبقى في البيت. If you look at the if clause here, you will notice that we are using the present simple and not the future simple, although the meaning is future. شوف جملة if هنا بالرغم ان المعنى مستقبلي tomorrow إلا إن أنا بستخدم المضارع البسيط. It rains. Okay, so I added s to the verb. This is the present simple. ده طبعا المضارع البسيط. And this, of course, this is the main clause. It's in the future simple. دي الجملة الرئيسية في المستقبل البسيط عادي. If you look here after the if clause, I have a comma. طبعا عادة بعد ال time clauses أو ال if clauses لو جت في بداية الجملة بحط كوما. Okay, but if I start with the main clause, I'm not going to have a comma. لكن لو بدأت بالجملة الرئيسية مش هيكون عندي كوما. Look, for example, I'll stay home. This is the main clause. I'll stay home if it rains tomorrow. And this is the if clause. I don't have a comma here. Okay, let's go back to the rule, this rule, okay? If I say, for example, if it will rain tomorrow, I'll stay home. This is wrong. لو هنا بقى استعملت will بدل instead of the present simple بدل المضارع البسيط الجملة بتكون خطأ. Okay, so I cannot say if it will rain tomorrow I'll stay home. Also, I cannot say if it is going to rain tomorrow I'll stay home. وكمان ما أقدرش أقول if it is going to rain tomorrow I'll stay home. This is also wrong. Okay, let's have the summary diagram we have in each video, and every time we explain a certain grammatical rule we have a summary diagram to get everything in just one slide. طبعا في كل مرة ما بنشرح قاعدة بنعمل ملخص للقاعدة في رسمة. Okay, so we're talking about the future simple. We're talking about the future simple with will and be going to. Okay, طبعا احنا بنتكلم على المستقبل البسيط مع will و be going to. Okay, if we look at will, for example, we use it for future predictions. The weather report says it will rain tomorrow, and also for future predictions we can use be going to. For the same purpose we can use both will and be going to, and this is the only usage. Okay, طبعا احنا قلنا التوقعات المستقبلية هي الوحيدة اللي بنستخدم إما will أو be going to, and both are right وكلاهما صحيح. I can say the weather report says it will rain tomorrow or is going to rain tomorrow. Okay, let's talk about the other uses of will. Instant or rapid decisions. When I take instant or rapid decisions لما باخد قرارات فورية أو سريعة, I think I'll have another sandwich because I'm still hungry. Let's talk about other uses of will. When we have offers or promises, threats or refusals. Okay, I'll give you 25% discount if you buy it now. This is an offer. I promise I'll never be late again. This is a promise. If you don't stop smoking, I'll tell your dad. This is a threat. He won't listen to anything I say. This is refusal. Okay, let's talk about more uses of be going to. When I have a prior plan, okay, they're going to get married next summer. Evidence or definite signs. The sky is cloudy. It is going to rain. And finally, when we have what we call something about to happen. Get on the bus. It is going to move. Okay, let's answer this exercise. Choose the best answer from A, B, C, or D. Okay, and by the way, why I say the best answer and not the correct answer? ليه أنا بقول اختار the best answer أفضل إجابة ما بقولش الإجابة الصحيحة اللي هي correct answer. Why? Because sometimes you may have two answers, two choices, which could be considered as right or correct by some people. ليه أحيانا بيكون عندك اختيارين مثلا بعض الناس بيعتبروهم صح. For example, you can have be going to and you can have will. Okay, and some people may consider both of them as right. Okay, for example, look at here, number 3. I'm going to open or I'll open. Some people may consider both as right. Okay, but one of them is, at the end, one of them is better than the other one. That's why I say choose the best answer. طبعا في النهاية هيكون في واحدة منهم أفضل من الثانية، حتى لو اعتبرناهم صح هيكون في واحدة منهم أفضل من الثانية. وعشان أهرب أنا من المأزق ده فبقول choose the best answer and not the correct answer. Of course, this tip is for the teachers of English when they come to prepare multiple choice questions. طبعا دي نصيحة للمدرسين لما بيجوا يجهزوا أسئلة اختيار من المتعدد. Okay, let's start answering this question. Number one, I don't think the sky is clear. I don't think it rains, is raining, rained, will rain. And of course the right answer is will rain. Number two, he is the best player. He is going to win, wins, is winning, won. And the best answer is going to win. Wait, this door is not easy to open. I ate for you. I'm going to open it for you. I opened it. I open it. I'll open it for you. And here, for example, someone may say, okay, I'm going to open is right, and also I'll open is right. Both are right, okay? And by the way, look here. Wait, this door is not easy to open. The right answer is I'll open it for you. And of course, apostrophe LL is the short form for will. طبعا apostrophe LL هي اختصار will, okay? وهي دي الاختيار الصحيح. ليه؟ Because this is actually a rapid or instant decision taken or made at the moment of speaking. ده قرار اتخذ، قرار فوري، قرار سريع تم اتخاذه في لحظة الكلام. That's why I use will open and not I'm going to open. Okay. Now that's why we say choose the best answer. So the best answer is will open. Let's move to number 4. Look, I have a ticket. I to the cinema tonight. I go, will go, I'm going to go, or went. Okay, again here, someone may say, okay, will go and I'm going to go, both are right. And I'll say here that, look, here we have a prior plan. هنا عندنا خطة مسبقة. I have a ticket. معايا تذكرة. It means that I had planned to go to the cinema tonight. معناها أن أنا خططت. This is a prior plan. That's why I'm going to go to the cinema tonight. This is the best answer. هذه أفضل إجابة. Okay, let's have a look at number 5. They use 25% discount if you buy the car this week. Okay, they had given, have given, will give, or gives. And of course the right answer is will give. And by the way, this is an offer. Okay, let's move to number 6. If you don't stop coming to class late, are your dad. This is a threat, by the way. ده طبعا ده تهديد. I'm going to tell, I'll tell, till I have told. And of course I'm going to say I'll tell because it's a threat. لأنه تهديد هقول I'll tell. Okay. Number 7. His father is very upset. He to anything his father says. He won't listen, will listen, listens is listening, and of course this is refusal. He won't listen to anything his father says. Number 8. Come on, hurry. We move, will move, are going to move, or moving. And of course this is something which is about to happen. حاجة على وشك الحدوث. So I'm going to choose we are going to move. Okay. Number 9. The sky is very cloudy. Okay. This is an evidence. طبعا السماء ملبدة بالغيوم. I'm sure it rains, is going to rain, will rain, or only rain. Of course, the right answer is it is going to rain. Of course, someone may say will rain is also right, but again, I say it should the best answer. And if it is actually if I have evidence of it or a definite sign, So I use be going to. لما يكون عندي دليل أو علامة يعني دامغة، علامة قوية، دليل قوي، علامة قوية، بستخدم be going to and not will. Okay. Let's move to number 10. Just wait. This bag is so heavy. You carry it. I'm going to help you. Help, will help, or was helping. And the right answer is I'll help you. Why? Someone may say, okay, I'm going to help you is also right. No. Why? Because here it is again an instant decision made at the moment of speaking. ده قرار فوري. Okay. انتظر الشنطة تقيلة هساعدك في حملها. هذا قرار فوري. It's not something planned. It's not a prior plan. That's why even if you consider I'm going to help is right, but again I say choose the best answer. Don't forget this. This is actually the end of video number 3, in which we introduced the past simple. Inshallah, in video number 4, we're again going to talk about the past simple, but this time we're going to talk about the unreal past. And until I see you in the next video, I wish you the best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.